Los Angeles in partnership with Movie Maker magazine. I'm here with Christopher Guerrero to talk about his film Reprogrammed. Let's take a look at a clip. Christopher, how are you?
I'm doing good.
Thank you for coming to talk to us about your wonderful, colorful, and poignant, film. So, what are the origins? What was the inspiration behind it?
Where did this film come from? So, for me, AI. I think thinking about AI and what our future was sort of like the impetus of that. Like, I think there's doom and gloom with AI, but AI is always a reflection of us. And like, what if AI was maybe a better version of us? What if it was, because it's with all of anyone's children, if you have a child, you always want them to be better than you.
Always.
That's always the hope.
Absolutely.
And so I wanted to kind of show maybe if we put the good parts of ourselves into the things that we create, maybe that it can help us see better ourselves. And that was sort of like the impetus of the whole film.
Once deciding to take on this theme for the film, talk about the scripting process and why you chose to carry that theme through this story.
For sure. It's funny, like this script and this movie came together in about less than 4 weeks. So from idea to completion, it was about 4 weeks. So it was very quick, and I didn't have too much time to think about it. So I was really thinking about theme, and I was having someone I know was not doing very well. So there was this sort of sadness in my life, and I was thinking a lot about AI and how, again, like how we might be better than the things that we create. And so I wanted to tell the story of someone who needed to refocus their life because they were so obsessed with a thing, like building a thing, because we all do. And then we always forget like our close connections. And for her, it was her father. And I think that we all get at those points in our lives, and we always need someone to sort of like help us see things in a different way. And for her, it was the thing that she was creating. And so it was like, it was two different parental relationships. It was like her and the robot was her child, and then realizing like, oh, I need to reconnect with my father. I'm the child of my father. So that was for me, that was an interesting relationship, and how to explore that.
Yeah, and clever dynamic. Like you said, she's creating this thing that's gonna teach her how to be better.
Yeah. We always learn something from the things that we create, and I don't have a child, but I'm sure that my father felt that way and my mother felt that way.
Oh yeah, we do. I do have a child, and we always do. So talk about the production process and creating a robot. I mean, tell us a little bit about how you did that.
So I worked with my amazing production designer Genevieve, and like I said, this project came together in like 4 weeks, but I had already kind of been thinking about mood boards, and I wanted to go as simplistic as possible, but also have to make it feel like it was a lived-in world. So I wanted everything to be tactile. So like on set, there wasn't necessarily a face on there. That was all, like, we did that all digitally. It was all VFX. But I wanted there to be something that would be played off of in the physical space. And it was also not completed. Like, everything isn't perfect in this world, because everyone sees, we think of the future, we think of things as being perfect and pristine. But like, if someone from the past were to come to now, and like all of our iPhones are broken, like technology is never perfect. And so I wanted to kind of like explore that world as well, where it's like they're all just sort of things that are reflections of us. And that process, actually, I mean, it came together so quick, and it was like I didn't have a lot of time to think about it. But I also think that was a really big part of it, was go with your gut. And it was like a motorcycle helmet with some plastic sheeting on top of it painted over. But I think when you see the final product, it doesn't feel that way.
Oh, absolutely not. No, you shouldn't have told us that.
Well, but I think it's really good to know, because like most things are that way. It's like in Star Wars, they went out and they bought a whole bunch of like model kits, and they call it kit bashing, where they just put things together and painted it up, and that was an X-wing.
Right.
You know,
Gotcha.
and but when things feel more tactile and it makes it feel more real, I think.
And the combination of the two, like you said, of the tactile with the digital.
Yeah.
Enhancing the digital. So talk about that.
So what happened was we put like a little bit of a light in the back of it, so that, and then there was someone off screen just flickering the light, so that it added just a little bit of touch. And then I layered over some animation from this really amazing cartoonist. His name was Kane Lynch, and we layered over all of these animations so that they were merged with the actual physicalness of it. So it looks like it's something that's just displayed on top, and you still have the imperfections of the screen that comes through, but that was all sort of digital. But I wanted it to make it feel like it was like a sheet of paper with something written on it or something.
Right. Yeah, because it looked like she built it. That was the thing that I took away from it. It was like, like you said, it wasn't perfect. It didn't necessarily look like it was created by Apple, but it looked like she created it, you know, and only her, you know, which gave it more, you know, emotional gravitas.
Yeah, I wanted it to have as much character and feel like it was from her as possible.
And you did. You really succeeded at that. Absolutely. And the casting. How did your lead actors?
So I mean, it was very quick. It was Steph was someone I've worked with a lot in the past, and I was like, I knew she was gonna nail the script, and it's something we talked about briefly before, and then our other actor Ray, I just put out a casting call, and just the top choice, and I was like, do you want to do it? And he was like, yeah, like, because we only had 4 weeks, so I just had to go with my gut, and didn't even meet in person, didn't do any callbacks. It was sort of just very quick.
Right. And you said the whole thing was 4 weeks, so the shoot days, how many shoot days?
2 shoot days.
2 shoot days, okay.
And then I just immediately started. I did all the VFX, I did all the editing, I did all the color. I had a really amazing composer who also did all the sound design. So we were all wearing so many different hats to kind of get it across the finish line. But I also think that that's, you know, and I've worked with these people for years, every single collaborator. So we sort of have a second nature of like, how do we do things? And then so we just did it very quickly. And it was, I actually think that made it a better product in a weird way.
Yeah, because it maintains again the feel of this woman creating this robot herself. You know, it gave it that. It really gave it that. And so, tell me, what did you learn about yourself while making this film from start to finish in those 4 weeks?
Well, I mean, I think the big thing was that I could do it in 4 weeks. That we could go from concept to completion in 4 weeks, and also not to do too much, and to only show enough of something that like don't break your back while doing it. That was like the big thing that I learned. And also trust my gut. That was another big thing with like the robot and how I was approaching it. I was like, oh, that's great. I can take that knowledge and put it forward into other things that I'm doing. But yeah, when I was doing the VFX, because there was, I think, 80 VFX shots throughout the whole thing. I had to sort of prioritize like what makes this world feel like it's the future. Well, like but with the minimalist amount of those touches. Like sometimes you'll see a little bit of a hologram or a little bit of this, but really your eyes are drawn to Iris. So it was like focus on Iris looking the best possible.
Yeah, and that was really cool too, because futuristic worlds, you know, and the way you didn't need a large street or outer space, you know, you kept it very contained, and so because it was very contained, it could be minimal. It's the way you kept it.
Yeah, like in the beginning when you see, it's like the opening shot is of like LA, and I was like, oh, maybe just some holograms, and then the next shot is LA again, and a little bit more holograms, just so that it gives you a flavor of like, this isn't now, this is maybe the future, we don't know where we are. I also wanted to open that way just so we immediately establish the world, and then the rest of it is sort of an emotional journey.
Right. Really nice. Very, very nice. So thanks for coming in today.
Yeah, of course.
Do you have anything new you're working on you want to talk about, or you want?
Yeah, I'm working on a couple different things. I'm working on this horror feature film called Assimilated, which is about a wellness retreat, and it's about basically a secret government program that assimilates people into being white.
Okay.
Okay. So it's like a Get Out meets Midsommar kind of vibe to it. It's kind of like a horror comedy, which is like really fun. Yeah.
Oh, sounds cool. Sounds
Yeah,
very
yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
So do you have an
very excited.
IG where we can follow you?
Yeah, it's at Mindshock.
Okay.
Yeah, MINDSHAWK. And yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for being with us. Really
Yeah.
appreciate
Thank you
talking to
for letting me come and talk about my movie. It was really fun. So nice to meet you.
You too. You too.